What's up, everybody? It's the NFT Circus. We're back. It's Saturday. We got our NFT funny guy back, and he got something for you that I'm afraid to even tell you about yet. We'll find out. We'll find out. We'll see where it goes. All I know is that Karen first had a sex tape come out, and now it's gone completely bonkers. So anyway, off the rails. It's we'll talk about that in a little bit. Danish is here with us, of course. Crackers hopefully will be coming by. TC is out today. He has some other stuff to do, but he'll be back next week, I'm sure. What's going on in the news? So today we are also going to talk about cash versus community. And Matt, you're quite a community-oriented person here at your company called Drawn Company, and you have employees that are a part of this community, and they like to do all those good office things. So what's your idea on community? Let me ask you that right off the bat.
Well, I think it's an overused word, right? Because I think a lot of projects just start out and we talk about community. We don't actually think about how we're going to build a community. And I've said to you before, it's the one thing that scared me because I thought, hang on, I've got to have a community. How the devil am I going to do that? But it's just grown through. I mean, you have to have something good that people want to engage in. But they have to become center. And I do say this, and I don't say this with any sort of like underestimation. Drawn Company isn't mine; it's ours, right? Sure. Because they have as much ownership and stake in it as I do. Because if they don't collect, I'm not going to make stuff anymore. And if I don't make stuff anymore, they can't collect stuff.
You're in an endless loop at this point. You have to keep the mouse wheel moving. That's where you're at.
Yeah, but I'm fortunate because my community is amazing. I mean, I see so many of you guys in here. We've got Serial Killed. We've got Nathes. I saw Roberto B. We've got Agostino, I can never get that right as well, and there's a few more of you that I can't see, and it's great because they're here and they want to engage, and that's the most important thing to me. It makes me smile.
That's so awesome, man. Let's start off with a little quick giveaway for the people that are here so far. If you haven't already, guys, put in $Morbs into the YouTube chat, and that will allow you to enter into our giveaway. That is sometimes feels like it's rigged. And it's not that rigged. Oh, okay, it's rigged. It's rigged. We're not really sure who's running the actual spin here, but it always ends up being somebody on the show that actually is part of the show. So it's hilarious. Anyway, we're gonna do that right now. We're gonna start off by giving away one of these backside 180 ollies from Skater Coin. So Skatecoin Wax, if you haven't checked them out, they are awesome. They also put out a NFT magazine, skate magazine. That's a full-fledged magazine, has videos and really cool stuff in it, and a lot of NFT projects here on Wax advertised in there. So it's very cool, very good. So this is going to be the first one. Let's see who's going to win it.
There's a couple of new names in there today. It's nice.
Dominic, you have won. You have won the backside 180 Skatecoin NFT. So congratulations to you. And the way you get it is it's going to scroll here at the bottom. Hit me up on Morbs15 on Twitter and just go ahead and let me know, and I will send that over to you guys. Send me over your Wax wallet and I will send it to your wallet. Anyway, so back to it, guys. So Danish, what's your view on community, man? You've been around here for so long, man. So you've seen the cash grabs. You've seen a lot of different communities come and go and stay around. What's your whole view on that stuff?
Communities is important, but we have a lot of people thinking that you just can make a community without nothing. And it's really not just that. Like, artists just think that people will stay around in their groups and be active and all that when all there is a little bit of art. So they often need to do more small things. Like on Wax, we've seen Kuma doing incredibly well for himself with the Kuma Village and all that, his small little games in his Discord and so on. But because there's not more to it than his cute little bears, there are incredibly amazing. They are really, I like them myself, but there isn't that much more to it. But he because of his small mini games, his small competitions, he grabs the community, he grabs the people he has, and that builds a really strong thing. But many people just think that community is something that comes as soon as you sell a couple of NFTs, and then you can survive on them being there forever. And no, you need, first of all, if we just sell one NFT or something like that, it's one-time profit for artists, creators, so on. There needs to be a model going of something. And the same with if we were reading cartoons, like comic books, if it was the same and the same and the same, if there never was a new villain, if there never was a new adventure, we don't want to buy the next one or the next one again, and it's just stops. So it's good to see, but people definitely thinks that it just comes with the flow. No, you actually need to work for it. It's not easy. I've been, again, a community manager for somewhere between 8 years now.
Yeah, exactly.
It takes a lot of work.
I mean, even just setting up a Discord becomes a whole nother full-time job. I mean, Matt, I'm sure you know that as well. It's like you take on Discord, and it's like, whoa, this is like a whole nother beast and animal you have to take on, and keep up with. Plus have Twitter, plus have Telegram, plus have, whatever other social. So it becomes a little crazy sometimes, and it's a little overwhelming, especially for people just hopping in there, just used to drawing something or just used to just making like one piece of art. Now it's like a whole nother job that they have to do. So I totally get that. And so and then also, like, there's so many weird things that are happening in the news. Like, I wanted to bring this up and get your opinions. So this week, one of the big players, one of the big NFT projects, Doodles, they posted they are no longer an NFT project. They are going to be making, get ready for this, socks. So they're going to switch over to socks. And so I don't know how to take that exactly and how that comes across to the media.
Suck it.
But I think I don't know. It's a pretty
real
weird
suck
rug.
it to the community right there. Like, you can do it better. Like,
yeah. I mean, I'll put this article so you can read up on it. It's it's like a bizarre rug. It's like I'm not really sure where this is all going. I've been seeing some funny like founder kind of like, oh yeah, we rugged you, and it was because I had to get some dental work done or something, and like you're just like, what happened here? Like, what is going on? But Doodles had a humongous community, and
they have,
and I'm wondering what's going to happen to that, like what happens to the 1,000 people that have a Doodles that are like, oh man, I thought I was sitting on a $6,000 NFT, and now I'm sitting on a dud. What do you do?
But isn't this just shocking at all?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Danish. Well, I mean, I've picked up a bit on this on Twitter, and as you know, I can often throw in my hat and be completely wrong. But I've seen tweets where people have said, well, they're still making NFTs. They're just saying that they're tagging them onto socks. So you still have to buy something digital to get the socks. But I'm not 100% sure about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. And then Yuga's getting horrible press, and it's just it's a crazy time for NFTs, man.
Definitely. But on the Doodle hand here, if the NFTs that already exist all have full IP rights, and they then goes to make socks now and gives revenue of the different socks to the NFT holders, then okay. Hats off or socks off or whatever, socks on for them. That would be an amazing utility. Like, again, then it's art with the IP rights because they are selling socks now, but a revenue portion of the sales of socks with your NFT on it, you get proceeds of that, and that could be amazing. And I love to see more of that, but again, would love some more transparency in this because right now it just seems like a socket community.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it came out of left field a little bit. It was just kind of like, whoa, where did that come from? I mean, they raised something like 56 million in VC funding, and they were like evaluated like almost like $750 million, and then they went to socks, and I was just like, what? I was like, that makes no sense. Like, what are you talking about? Socks? Like, holy crap.
Maybe there's no taxes if you sell socks. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, I guess we're going to find out. But it was interesting. Oh, they're following Unisoc's path. So it's crazy, and there's some great communities here on Wax. That I definitely got to Boneheads. Go check out the Boneheads community. Very strong. A lot of good people in there. And you know, Kuma's obviously has his group as well that's doing really well, and everyone's kind of hanging out. And you got the Fight Alliance, and then also the Wax Alliance, or is that now the Wax Alliance? Let me ask you that, Matt. You'd probably know more than me.
Sorry. Well, the Wax Alliance is completely parked because
okay,
it was prototyping. So
yes.
I thought if I got everybody into one place, we could build something together. However, people want something instantly, and it wasn't going to happen instantly.
Yeah.
So that's had to go on the back burner. However, I'm doing everything that I wanted to do with the Wax Alliance now with NFTopia, because we're going to be doing like a school for new artists. So if there's any new artists tuned in, join the Discord, because we're going to be doing marketing seminars coming up to NFTopia to teach people what we know. And that's not just me, that'll be other artists as well. So
right.
That's exciting.
That's awesome. That's super awesome. And so what's Wax Hub? I saw this popping up, and I don't know really what it is. Is it the ambassador program? Is it a social media thing? Like, what exactly is Wax Hub? I haven't seen, because you go there, you have to log in. I don't want to log in totally just yet. I want to know what it is. Oh, we lost Matt. Danish, what is Wax Hub? Do you know?
Yeah, it's if you know the ESBs, you know, with the swarms. Oh, we lost your voice there, Matt.
Yeah, sorry, I had to tell Alexa because I was getting wicked glare on my glasses, and I've got big specs, so I just look like a dildo.
We'll be talking about that in a second. Well, anyway.
Sorry. So if you know the ESBs with the swarms, you can get rewarded for reposting the things that they post in their Telegram bot, and they reward in Wax, ES, Tellus, so on. It's the same thing that Wax now has adopted with Wax Hub, where you need to apply what kind of attributes you have if you're a graphical designer, if you're a developer, so they can figure out how to utilize you, and then they're gonna reward you with reposting or liking or contributing to the Wax ecosystem. It seems like a little bit overboard for me for a way for them to try to get us to help them.
Sure.
But at the same time, could be a good structure if like there had been some more, again, transparency for a while. But again, I can see what they're going with this. If people sign up and help, they know which people to go to, maybe to make better games, or make sure that like when they do something like Brawlers, it's not a click-based game like Alien Worlds, which was the first big game that came here. And then 2 years later, they make Brawlers as a click game, as a game company, which we all know that was like, you should have done better. Now it seems better. Not like there is something coming, but it's still like, shouldn't you have jumped the?
I think they just came in like, you know, they didn't have it fully developed yet. They should have a little bit more developed before they kind of busted it out. But
hopefully it can be good. Again, there's rewards for people, again, for if you're just doing social media and marketing, resharing, liking, and doing stuff on their posts, and get some Wax, get some other tokens, win some NFTs. Again, I'm a ESB myself, and do that if I like the posts. Again, that's a good thing about it, right? We have free will still. We're not allowing them to share on our behalf. We still need to click the button. So at least I can decide if I like this post or not.
So Joseph wants to say, talk about Leaf a little bit too, man, because Leaf is growing, man. So tell me about that.
We have we've been doing our founders token drop here since the 1st of February, and sold a good portion of those, and the 1st of May we put in the first months of revenue from the sales, and that boosted our stability a lot. And we have do we have now 34 active Leaf mines on Telegram. Hopefully we will soon be done with our Discord version of Leaf, but because we added so many new features to the Telegram one, we tried to get all those features into Discord, and there are some things that simply wouldn't work. So at least we're gonna make a mineable, so you can do the standard things of leave in Discord and then hopefully add the extra things later, because there is some differences from there.
Nice. Nice. And
yeah,
so David also brings up Alien Worlds. So Alien Worlds has been a community around here since I got in this game. I mean, it's been around for a long time. So they have a pretty strong community as well, man. And you're part of that. So tell me a little bit about Alien Worlds too.
Definitely. Alien Worlds, they've been doing good. They were the first land-based game on Wax with clickable mine. Like, it's a faucet game where you get equipment. You, depending on rarity, you can mine TLM, which you can either exchange for Wax, or you can stake on to whatever planet you're either mining on or want to vote on, and then you can help produce more TLM that way and throw votes on who should decide on the different DAL grant systems there are in Alien Worlds. They've opened a huge DAL system where we basically do what Wax Labs did. Every planet, there are 6 planets. Every one of them has each their budget, and when there is 5 people in charge of each planet, and people can vote for who is in charge.
Right.
And those people can then approve grants out for people, and every one of you can throw grants in, and every planet can vote on them. Like, you can throw a planet up for Cavion. I have a land on Cavion myself, or you can do it on Neri or whatever planet of the 6 planets. And if you want somebody to sponsor the Morb store with some Alien World logos around, or and those 5 people in charge of that planet will vote, and if that get granted, you get a portion of TLM that you can do with what you want, or to fulfill that proposal, of course. But and that's huge. But they have also had many problems with it. But it is huge. It's still well going. It still has 30 million something transactions a day.
It's crazy.
And it's.
So, I mean, now this is the other side of it, is the cash grab side of community. So as much as we use community to build a community, a lot of scammers have used community to scam communities. So there's cash grabs that have happened over the last year, especially, everything from, the big FTX debacle to, smaller just rugs that are just happening even here on Wax and
call it smaller rugs on Wax. Farmers World.
That was a big rug. That was a big rug.
7-year-old Facebook game, and runs for 3 months and makes 200 million, and nobody bats an eye. 200 million in 3 months on secondary sales,
which is nuts to me. That's so nuts. So nuts. Yeah, and so speaking of Farmers World, there's also Scammers World now that you can earn Farmers World NFTs for Scammer Coin and do something with Scammer Coin. So that's which cracks me up, because NFT Hive.
I found it yesterday and thought it was incredibly funny, but then looking into it, they also have put stuff on their page. There isn't directly scams, which again kind of. Maybe some people think they're scamish, but they're still around. They're still fulfilled what they promised to do, and so on. So, like, I feel like there's a little bit more hate behind the project than fun, because they haven't just taken rug projects.
Gotcha. Yeah, the rug thing is a weird description, because I think there's so many different ways to call it a rug, and people. Sometimes it's just the business that's just not doing well. And I don't really want to throw rug on it if they're not doing well just because the popularity didn't hit or whatever happened. But if someone comes in and drops, heavy advertising, the marketplaces are backing them up. And then the next day after mint, they're gone with their money. That's a rug. Now I call a rug, because that was a setup, So it's hard. Yeah.
Sorry. Do you think it would be possible for any of us to rug? Because I don't actually think like if we would, how would I as a project or Morbs as a project run?
I don't know.
I don't think we could we?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. I'd have to ask for a lot of money first. So I'd have to do a drop just for
No, I
money.
mean, sorry.
Yeah.
Like in the context of what we do, if we were to just stop making it, would that be classed as a rug pull? Is what I'm trying to say there.
And depending on promises for the different part of us here, then yes and no. You, for example, Matt, has not been promising anything other than your art. So if you stopped, it would just be you moving on.
Yeah.
Right.
Me and my guys, that would probably be considered a rock because we had a roadmap. We have things we've set out to do. If we just disappear, that would be called a rock or exit scam or So but like again, more here, like there is some tokens, but there has not, as far as I've ever followed, been any promises about anything with the token other than if there is NFTs for sale, they can be redeemed for cheaper than the wax price in those tokens. And
the promise thing was kind of weird for me even in the beginning, because when I saw Yuga come out with all these crazy promises and like all of a sudden every other project was like, oh yeah, I have a roadmap laid out for years, and I'm like, this space has only really been around for like a year or two, really. And like, how can you make those assumptions when we're not? It's like watching the YouTubers now with AI. It's like, make $30,000 a month. And I'm like, dude, it's only been around for 2 months. So how would you even know that? Like you're making some insane claims, like that's just not how it is. And everyone else is using it as well. So it's not like, oh, you're the only person that knows how to use AI. It's like the world just learned how to use it. So
everyone using it or everyone figuring out how to use it is also two different things. I must say that because everyone can throw in 4 words into every AI here, but the fewest of us actually know how to put those words in. So it makes exactly what we have ideas for.
Yeah, prompt engineering is going to be the new thing. It
become
is
a prompt engineering consultant.
It is. I mean, the list that this guy just did the ChatGPT 4 because it just released all the things that they have done in the last couple of days. So one guy built a whole snake game complete, all the way done with it. Another, it passed the bar with like a 98% or 97%, which is nuts. And so it also asked it for a list of jobs it's going to take, and it was just crazy. Dude, I was just like, oh my God, dude, like all these jobs people are going to college for might not be around. Who knows? But I don't think so. I think that we're still years off from that. I think there's going to be enough.
Again, we talked about when robots could start making cars, that all car companies would be fully automated by robots. And the majority of them are, but there's still humans around. And those people didn't lose their job. Like some of them that didn't want to evolve with time lost their job. Like, because you need to adapt into what is coming. So if this AI, yes, definitely everyone should look into AI, see how that AI might or might not be able to benefit your work, and don't let it replace you as much as, again, think about it like having that high school teacher or something at your side all the time, actually being able to help you.
Right.
Like, how do I do? Oh, here you go. Oh, do you know how I should? Oh, here you go.
Right.
Instead of, oh yeah, I can just do this and it's gonna build it all. No, it can guide you, and you can learn faster. You have your own teacher. Like, use it wisely instead of just letting it. But everyone should look into it because it's not going away. That's for sure. And
Joseph put up a very good point here. Okay, so can ChatGPT be a plumber? Now, I was having a conversation with somebody about this the other day. So I remember a couple of years back, everyone was like, okay, every kind of manual labor person is going to have a job started to be taken by robots. It's actually the opposite now. Now it's actually the first jobs they see going are going to be people that are more computer based, and people that have trades like plumbers, construction, all that kind of stuff is actually years off now, because that's not where the focus is, because you can make more money in cuts to the.
If we take an AI and put it into a robot, then that robot can definitely become a plumber, and then can become a plumber with excellence, measuring skills and stuff that we humans cannot compete with, because its eyes can have the measurement of centimeters, millimeters in its,
sure, I'm not saying that. I'm just
eyes,
saying I don't think that's going to be the first thing they're going to concentrate
probably
on. Probably
not, but again, it could be a plumber if it's tomorrow or in 10 years. I'm not sure, but it definitely can. But like robots with AI is gonna be the future.
And Musk is supposed to release his robot, right? Like next year. I think he has that crazy looking robot. Have you seen that thing? It's scary looking.
What is it? iRobot.
iRobot looking, yeah, very iRobot looking. And I liked when he first like presented, he was all like, well, you should be able to run away from it. And I was like, that's hilarious.
I've seen the military ones that can jump with like 300 kilos on the back, and
but for me, sorry, it goes back to what you were saying there about you're saying the plumber being the robot.
Yeah,
it's actually using AI as a tool to help the plumber to make him more efficient, so he doesn't have to spend as much time on a job. For me, that's where we'll get to in the near future. How fast has technology accelerated? You always think of history, don't you, as recent history. It's hard to contemplate, like, but what society was like earlier than 100 years ago, because we know what we know. And actually, technology has sped up and sped up and sped up, but now it's sort of plateaued, hasn't it, really? Yeah. We had phones in our pocket in 1999.
It's true.
Okay, the phones got better, right? But it's still a fucking phone.
And only, like, again, if a plumber understands the fact that he can come to there's something wrong here, he can maybe take a picture of it. Where is the most likely that this is clogged, and it tells it where he should or how he should reassemble it or something like that in a guided way. And that can be a genius tool also in school for I don't know what you call it in English when you're not fully educated as a plumber,
a journeyman or contractor.
Sorry, I'm looking at the comments and I'm laughing. Sorry.
Yeah.
When you're not fully educated, when you're trying to become a plumber, instead of
an apprentice,
instead of your master thing coming up and helping you all the time, you can use the AI to help you, and then everyone can suddenly get a better education, because we know schools, like, teachers don't have time for all of us. Like, it's so.
Let's do another quick giveaway. Let's do a quick giveaway really quick of the Metazine issue number 6. This is another skate coin. This is the full zine that has a bunch of cool stuff in it, guys. So let's see who's going to win that. Got a lot of people in here today for it. Let's see who's going to get it.
Hello, fan.
Joseph, you win. So if you hit me up on Twitter at Morris15, if you see that scrolling at the bottom, I will get you your skate coin mag. Let's do another quick giveaway as well. I think I had to see what other things we have in here. Let's do this, since we're going to do a nice transition. This is a perfect transition. We're going to give a couple of these away. So we're going to get Karen and Chris get nasty, because this is a good segue to where we're going here. So here we go.
Lowering the tone slightly to where we're going.
Yeah. Jeff again winning, taking it. Jeff, you win. And I'm going to do one more for that same one, because I have a couple in there.
Yeah, do it.
Let's see. Do it. Here we go. Jeff again. He wins again. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna have
double
to
sex tape.
I think I have one more. Let's see. It's double sex tape. Like, I got plenty. We'll do one more. Let's see who's gonna get this one.
Come on.
Come on now. Come on. Ito. Yeah. Hit me up on Twitter at Morris15, and we will be able to help you from there. So we got something going on here, Matt. First you come on the show and it starts off with some funny office jokes by the cooler. Slowly it moved into like, oh, we're going to start making some cool, like, you can fold this paper into like a whole little thing. I'm like, whoa, what is going on here? What's happening with them? Then all of a sudden Karen puts out a sex tape, and I'm like, what happened here? What is going on with Karen? And then as I'm scrolling through my feed, I hear about Dildicons, and I'm like, what is a Dildicon, and how does this apply to where the wonderful drawing company is going? I want to know. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, well, let me just share my screen, because as ever, people, I've come with a PowerPoint presentation.
Yes.
So, right, share.
Woohoo! PowerPoint.
Can you see that? Are we in business?
We are in business.
We are in business. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So here we go, people. It's the big one.
Hello.
Can you hear that? Oh, sorry. No, you did you not? Not get the audio.
I don't think we got the audio. Maybe try. Did you try to share by window? You want to try to do that?
Yeah. No, I did it by window. Oh, well, listen. As I said, it's not a deal breaker. It's not a deal breaker. We got our voiceover actor Ken doing a big introduction for us, but we'll just have to wait until next time. Okay. We've got the technology working.
Welcome to Drawn Company.
That's really good.
There you go.
And you know what's really off-putting now? I've got the audio coming through my ear.
I'm so sorry. Sorry.
But there you go. So today we're going to talk about Series 4, and we're going to talk about those Dildicons, which Morbs was just touching on there, because they're one and the same, people, and we'll learn about that as we go through. But before we go any further, I know a lot of you have come today because we are doing an exclusive free drop for the NFT Circus. We've got our first Dildicon promo stickers. So basically, if Morb drops the links into the survey, into the YouTube. Sorry, it's the one you opened. It's the Survey Monkey.
Oh, this one, the Survey Monkey. Got it.
Yeah, Survey Monkey. We're gonna whitelist you for a gashapon there, because that's our new pack style for our sticker drops that we're doing moving forward. And you got a 50% chance to get a Dildicon robot, or 50% chance to get a Dildicon in pleasure mode, as we say. So what the devil are Dildicons, and how did we arrive at this point? Well, I'll tell you how we arrived at this point. We bought the Dildicons IP from Kuso Entertainment in Japan. So we needed a new IP, right? And we were looking for all sorts of avenues. So I sent Karen, you might have noticed she was away for a bit. She actually had a trade mission to Japan, and she learned very quickly that cutting corners on translation services and things like just rushing into signing contracts can end up with you buying the rights to a banned 1980s cartoon called Dildicons, which was only shown in the Philippines and Wales, UK, for 2 weeks in the 1980s. Everybody, so 2 weeks of the Dildicons on the TVs, and it was banned. But this is the problem. The ideas factory is dangerous, isn't it? So Dildicons was an idea. This is all fictional, by the way. And it started off.
I'm like about ready to go Google the hell out of this. Like, wait a second, what?
Dildicons. Have I spoiled it for people? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
You should have. You should have kept it a secret. You heard nothing. Blink. There you go. Men in Black. You know nothing anymore. It didn't happen.
So this is 100% proof that the ideas factory inside my head can sometimes be dangerous, because where Dildicon started out was I just sat down with my dad, who does a lot of the writing with me. He helps move the more contentious stuff to make sure that I'm not really offensive. And we'll get onto that in a bit, right? But it started off with just a panel. So there's the Dildicon on the table, and Karen had come back, and it said, Dildicons. Karen had been to Japan, and she'd come back with the Dildicons. People weren't happy because essentially they were robot dildos. So what I've turned this into is a 130 piece PFP. They're all drawn, they're all ready to go, and we're going to slide tokens to mint them into Series 5 packs. And what I'm doing is, as opposed to doing this as a panel, and I know this is a bit pretentious, right? And I'm sorry if I'm losing people, but this is going to be like a living installation now. because forget that you heard that I said it was all made up. I shouldn't have told you it was all made up. We, you know, even Morbs was buying it there.
I was sold. I was like, I seriously talking about chat. I was like, Chat GPT, what the fuck with Dildicons? Like, right? But at least I know.
If you're here, right, consider yourself as being in the Sermon on the Mount, please, and don't spread the message. But what we're going to do is we're gonna sort of like do it like a nasty ETH project would do. So you're gonna see tweets that I do that are going to be retweeted by 500 or 1,000 accounts, because I want it to be that sort of thing. I'm going to create the buzz with it. And I'm paying for it, but it's just a bit of fun. Do you know what I mean?
Sure. And there you have it, right there. There it is.
Yeah. There's the Dildicon. So we had a slight problem in that obviously these fellas are going to be 1/1s. When you mint them, you're going to have the 50% chance to get the robot version or the 50% chance to get the pleasure mode version. And we only had one tag for that before, which was Hyper Uber. But because we wanted to sort of like throw in different types of Dildicons, we've got our ultra mystical variants now, so that's above Hyper Uber, and that'll be our neon glow variants, and we've done slightly more with sort of like clashing colors there on some of those fellas. And then you've got the divine variants. Now these are going to be really hard to get. There's 14 packs to start off with. I haven't got the sort of like the distribution right. Really, there should have been 30. There should be more of the plain ones, but that's just the way it ended up. And if Crackers was here, he'd be spitting fire, because the one at the bottom is actually called Astro Villain, and he's the colors.
Wait a second. Wait, speaking of Crackers, wait, he chimed in here. I just saw that back there, and I didn't put it up. Wait, here it is. So Crackers, where you at? Hey, in the pub. Didn't know we were starting an hour earlier. Did damn you. So Crackers, I hope you're enjoying that beer or cider, whatever you're having. I'm jealous. Cheers. I want one myself. Anyway.
Cheers. Happy double St. Patrick's Day.
Sorry, let's get back to it.
The divine variants, I've done a bit more color work with them. You know, it is what it is. And just to prove I have no time on my hands and I am frighteningly close to divorce, they've all got names as well, right? So I've made transformer names using a variety of methods for all of these fellas. So we've already got 5 which are out there in the population. We asked for 5 DC employees to basically start using them as profile pictures. And the interesting thing is, because I gave them the dildo version and the robot version, someone came back to me, Serial Killed, who's here, and he said it's great because I was in a Discord chat and I was able to transform from the robot into the dildo. And I thought, you know, I hadn't even considered that. So that's extra collectability, isn't it? There you go. Both versions to sort of like display your mood.
You need to make like an animated one that totally does a transformation. You need that one. It's like the ultimate legend.
The new crafting tool, NFT Hive. Yeah. So you can blend 2 of them together. So it's a gift and do things and take them apart again. So you can have a still version if you want to.
And I think if this becomes a thing and people like them, I will go down the technology route. At the minute, I've just hand drawn them and changed the colors, because you got to remember, right? We go back to it. This is just one panel in the Drawn Company Series 5, and it's pretty involved right now. So
I'm kind of disappointed though. How can all this be happening and Blowjob Token has not been called?
Right, I was just going to bring that up. I was like, you know, Danish, I think I remember you're attached to the Blowjob Token. So why are these 2 not being released together? This is a collaboration waiting to happen, as far as I'm concerned.
It's a collab made in heaven, right? And the thing is, it would be very easy to add that as an official partner to our Kuso logo. Kuso Entertainment in Japan. So there we go. We've got Delirium, we've got Wave Runner, we've got Ass Pounder. There's a couple of Drawn Company.
I mean, wow. You heard it here first, people. You heard
we
it
really
here
do.
first.
Do you know what I mean? We've gone from a highly sort of like high functioning discussion on community and AI, and we're talking about the Ass Pounder Dildicon robot, and that's why we love the space that we're in. So that's the Dildicons out the way. So we're going back to the office. We've completely reworked the art. I'm doing at least 69% new artwork for this. So, you know, the photocopy is the same, but we've got a new table and we've got a new chairs. And we need to sort of like address the elephant in the room,
my
because
gosh!
obviously,
Wait,
right?
this isn't Karen. Who's this?
No, this is Emily.
Emily.
Emily's Karen's arch enemy.
That's right.
And you might remember her from Opportunity, where she was actually on the floor picking up a pen, but Matthew had mistaken this, and he'd presumed that she wanted something else. She didn't, and she was shocked. But yeah, NSFW, there's the lovely Emily. So nice. I talked to Atomic Hub about the Dildicons, and I said, is this going to label me, or get me into trouble?
Are you going to be blacklisted the next time?
Yeah. Because I don't want to be blacklisted, and if you think I'm going to be blacklisted, I'll put it in another collection. It turns out it's safe to put in my own collection, but I just have to label the NFTs as NSFW. So you'll notice that if you win the first one, the dildo sticker is actually not safe for work, but the robot isn't not safe for work. Now that's opened up a whole Pandora's box with Series 4, because I like to push it before, but actually if I can keep some in Series 4 behind a wall, I can actually take it to the next level. And all I'll say is expect nakedness on a grand scale. At the minute, and I'll just point out at the minute, we at Gizium is our marketing company. So they put together these slides for us. Gizium marketing. So don't be the office twat. And I think it's important to sort of like do a comparison here. So this is the stuff we were doing and we would have presented to you this time last year. The new stuff is a lot more stylized, and also Morbs, you'll be pleased to know I've ditched Ariel. We've gone for a different font. So Ariel is completely gone. We've got new characters presenting everybody. Miniature Jesus, right? He's joining the team. Now, due to problems with scale, he is smaller. He can perform miracles, but he can only perform very smaller miracles. But he can perform miracles in the places that you can't get to. So the mind's going to boggle. We've got our life raft there. There's Ryan. There's Martin. Martin's here. Nice to see you. And they both got their Dildicons, and they're off for a lad's day out there.
Martin seems much happier with his in the back. He seems very pleased. Like
that's Ryan. Right.
I'm just saying. Observations.
So we have got more characters coming in, but they're not fleshed out enough to present at the minute. So here we go, everybody. This is the big reveal. This is the direction that we're taking it in, as opposed to just being flat images. We're looking at toying with the idea of them being sort of slabbed action figures. Like when you get an action figure that's completely rare, you want to put it in a plastic case. So I'm playing around with all sorts of ideas. We are still in the concept stage at the minute. We've got psychokinesis, office farts, and mood boards there. Again, lowering the tone, but that's the type of stuff you expect to want from a drawn company panel, which is great. And we'll just do a bit of a focus on psychokinesis. So we've got evil Mr. Actually, can you read this aloud? Do you remember when we had the art guy and he was reading them? That was amazing. Do you remember
evil
that?
Mr. Kiki.
Here we go.
Tests his dark powers on members of staff around the office. Today's target, Barry from IT, who is quickly learning escape is not an option as he's levitated away from his workstation towards a bastard sharp cactus.
There we go. So that's levitation. And what we're going to do with all of the NFTs is we're going to grade them. So like the commons will have a different sticker in the right-hand corner. And then they'll become more collectible based on the sort of sticker that you've got in the right-hand corner. The left-hand corner, sorry. No, the right-hand corner.
Right-hand corner.
So again, we were talking about roadmaps. I'm going to commit myself to a roadmap for Series 4. So today we've got our first promo sticker drop, which is the Dildicons prototype. We're going to come back in 2 weeks' time. We've got a full promo sticker drop of 18 stickers. Packs are only going to be 2 wax each, and it's all about just collecting, trading, and blending, which is going to be fun. There's also going to be a bit of utility there because anyone that completes the collection will go in a prize draw to win one of the Dildicon PFPs specifically made for the sticker drop, and we'll show those in a minute. We're then going to come back sort of like 2 weeks later, and we're going to do a full Series 4 promo sticker drop again. Those stickers are going to have utility with both the collection, and they're going to have other bits and add-ons. So Series 5, 4 X Dildicons, new classic panels, 130 Dildicon PFPs, which you'll get a pass to mint in the packs. So if you're lucky, they're going to be pretty rare, but you'll be able to pull one, and then you'll be able to go and blend the pre-minted pack. And the packs are going to be $2 for these fellas. And I'm toying. I don't know whether it's 400 or 500 packs, because the good news is we've got a lot of employees here. You may or may not know this because you were or were not paying attention, but everybody who is either an Exordium member or a management designate will get free packs. So our Exordium members are getting 2 free packs. So they're going to get $4 worth of NFTs out of Series 4. Management designates, the newer guys, they're going to get 1 pack. And then also, not forgetting, they're going to share, what is it? It's 40% of the drop revenue between them, which I'll tag onto an NFT and back it so that they can just come and collect that from a drop. So here's the stickers that are in the upcoming sticker drop.
Nice.
So these aren't the PFPs. Again, these are just the stickers. I tend to find I did some 3D stickers last year, towards the end of last year, but actually people prefer collecting the flat, sort of like die cut fellas. So we've gone back to that. And if you collect the full set and it's in your inventory on launch day, then you're going to get a chance to be airdropped one of these fellas. So you might be airdropped the white one, or
cool.
the dildo or whatever.
Nice.
But I just thought that's funny. And again, it's the pocket money promise.
It's what's funny about this is that you're airdropping cock shots. That's hilarious. Anyway, continue.
And I can do it because it's labeled not safe for work. But maybe in this situation, I will message people first. So one more thing I want to talk about is Drawn Company Industries, which is our staking farm, or factory, as I call it, on Waxdeo. This was funded with 1,000 wax through our community project fund. And basically, I just put out to the community and said, like, what would you like me to do with 1,000 wax? It's your 1,000 wax. Spend a bit of it, spend all of it. Someone came back and said they'd like a staking farm. So I took the idea and run with it. And Drawn Company Industries has now got its own dedicated schema, because the community have also said they don't like sending their collection to a staking farm. So what you're going to see from now on with Series 4 is you'll get variants which are the same NFT, but they'll have the Drawn Company spinning logo on, and they'll either be legendary, ultimate, or super ultimate, and they'll have a different hourly take.
On that, Matt, so WaxDAO today just released their beta where you could do staking without staking on. They keep it in their wallet, so you might want to look into that. But he just released it today. Yeah. Look into that. That might be an option for you for that. Anyway, continue. Sorry about that.
Definitely 100% an option, but we have the schema now, so I'll probably just press on with that. Because the thing is, for me, even though that would be a possibility, and I like that. I do like the idea that I can make action figures that look a bit more sexy because I've got the spinning logo. So it just adds a bit more value, and it just adds a bit of variety. We're currently in season 1, right? So if you have any legendary, ultimate, or super ultimate wax NFTs from the DCX Cinema schema, because we had to use it from the original schema for the prototyping purposes, then you can stake now at that rate. And we've got a lot of different collectors who are doing it. And unfortunately, I'm pretty proud of the fact that 37% of available NFTs have been staked, which I think is a real achievement.
Yeah,
almost half. I didn't know whether people were going to enjoy it or not, but people seem to be loving it. So we're gonna press ahead with that. And one more thing, let's throw an elephant in the room. Vote DC, right? Creators first.
Yeah.
Please, right? I know we've all got different opinions on this, but I would really like to win, right? So, let's worry about the consequences after, right? Because I've talked to several creators and they've said it's a bad idea, and I can completely understand that.
I see both sides.
I completely understand. However, I want to win, right? So, if you can go to the Creators First hashtag and find anything that's Drawn Company related, and either like it or retweet it or comment on it, that's going to put our tweets, because we did a lot of tweets. Thank you to everybody who did it. I think we had about 25 at last count, using the text that I put in the Discord. And really thank you. But if anyone can do that, I would be super chuffed. I think, when are they drawing it? When's it going to happen? Is it going to happen next week?
I don't know. Maybe next week. I didn't know how they were kind of doing it. I didn't know what it was based on. I don't know if it was just like people putting up
Well,
votes
it's very
somewhere.
interesting. Yeah, the way they've worded it is basically vote for your favorite creator. However, we're going to look for innovation as well. So, but they can give it to whoever they want, basically.
If you break the terms, Matt, okay,
sorry.
they might withdraw you from it. So,
Yeah, sorry. So, no,
just saying, just
Yeah,
saying, right?
I didn't know that, but I think they can. It's not just a popularity contest, is what they're saying. They're looking for other things in collections, which is nice. But yeah, I would really like to win and worry about the consequences later. And that is it, everybody. We have reached the end of the PowerPoint.
Woo!
Can I come
Thank
back
you.
on?
This is a presentation from Matt from Draw and Company, a wonderful, wonderful company that's now promoting dildos, not socks. All right, so there you go.
Socks, dildos. But yeah, I mean, I know I'm like the most featured artist, but if I could come on before,
you can come on anytime, Matt. Matt, you are welcome anytime here at the circus.
Thank you.
You are always going to be welcome here. We're going to do a couple giveaways before we get out of here. This is a good one. This is a bonehead, guys. So this is a funny one called We Moonin'. We Moonin' from Mr. Robot Bond. He's an amazing animator. You might have seen some of his stuff on Adult Swim and HBO. Anyway, We Moonin'. Let's see who's going to get this one. I rarely give out bones, but I'm going to give this one away. Let's see. It'd be funny if he won his own one because he'll burn it. Oh, Nathan S. gets it. Nathan S. All you got to do is hit me up on Twitter at Morris15. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and I will send you that over. I also have a couple more here. These ones are from Duck Blob. This is from the days of Wax Ham. For a couple of weeks last year, everyone made ham to be hammy for wax. I don't know. Anyway, this is Duck Blob's Wax Ham. It's in a package.
Going ham. Come on.
We're going full ham. We're going full ham here. So we're going to have 2 of these given away. Let's see who's going to get them. Humble. You get Duck Blobs, Wax Ham, and then let's see who's going to get one more. Last one, and then we're out of here. Nathan S. again. Like I tell you, it's rigged. Like you win once, you'll win again. You win once, you'll win again. Just know that. I got to figure out a different way to do this. We'll figure out something. Anyway, it's guys. So
yeah, leave your suggestions in the comments.
Yes.
If you have any good drawing tools for us to draw winners for giveaways, come on, guys, help us out.
Yes, help us out. So next time we'll use it. Anyway, that's it for this week, guys. Thank you again, Matt. Thank you again, Danish. It's been a fun one. And until next week, go check out also on Twitter Spaces on Tuesday, Ton Tuesdays. We're also talking about the Ton blockchain and all the stuff that's happening there. And Danish is going to be doing that. So anyway, till then, guys. All right, take it easy.
Thanks, everyone.
See ya.